welcome back to my channel. I'm jumping on this morning to share some Halloween uh, um, projects that I've been working on. These are wands, and I'm going to jump in and tell you a little bit about how I made these and some of the supplies that I used. Thanks for joining me today. All right, so the first one, I just finished this one up this morning actually, and this one is, well actually all of them are using paper cupcake liners. And you can see here that I've layered up. There's about 4 different layers, and I got these at Walmart, and I like that they're kind of Halloween colors with the black and the white and this sort of craft color. So I coordinated these together in each of the wands, and this first one has both the black and the white, and I layered up 4 of them together. And you can kind of leave them, as is by cutting them and fringing them. So I went around the entire circumference of the cupcake liners. I stacked 4 of them up together after flattening them out a little bit with my hands. And then I just made a snip with my scissors every ½ inch or so around the 4 layers. Then I separated the layers. I put a little bit of glue in between each layer and glued them together to start. And then what I did is I started using some of my ephemera, and this particular one has a silver doily on it, so I layered that on next. And then I used some foam tape to add these, the pink doily and the little ephemera bit. And these, by using the foam tape, it gives it a little bit of dimension and raises it up off the surface. And underneath that, I layered some silver trim that I cut and ruffled up. And then, let's see, on top of that, I added a little banner over here on the side, and then a sentiment at the bottom that says, "A Haunted Night." The sentiment and the little ephemera witch here are from one of the Prima collections that came out with the Frank Garcia, on the Frank Garcia website a couple of years ago. So I used those, and then the little stars, and I added some little glitter stars on top of them as well. I'll hold this up close so you can see. So I just put those on with a hot glue gun. Okay, and then I added some layered netting and ribbon together, tied a bow, and glued that on as well. And then I painted the 1/4 inch dowel, you can see that here, with some craft paint. And this is the back side. Just put a little button on to cover up the, the hot glue underneath. But I just think that came out so cute. And I love the black and silver and pink together. Really came out very cute. Okay, so there's that one. And then the other 2 are both, actually all 3 of these have a vintage flair. I mean, these are vintage images that you can see on the center of each wand. This one has a gold and black and craft colored theme. So you can see, again, the ruffled cupcake liners here that are cut every ½ inch, layered up together. So there's black and craft on this one. Okay, and then on the front, I added some gold crepe paper and some Tim Holtz. This is a Tim Holtz people image. And of course, these, you can pick these up in the craft stores. They have them in packages. And I just used a little of the Distress Oxide vintage photo to kind of make her look a little bit more on the brown side versus the stark white. And then a little bit of ribbon here, a little bit of black ribbon. And then, of course, I tied this up with some ribbons that coordinated with the colors. I used a little toothpick and added a sequin star at the top. Does that show? If you can really see that. Oh, there it is. It's a little star sequin, and added a twine bow. I think that came out really cute too. And there's the back side for that wand. Okay, and then the other wand has a vintage pumpkin person on it. And then I also have these leaf-shaped sequins. I've had these in my stash for a long time. So I added those, and then over that, over the cupcake liners is a die cut, kind of a glitter plaid with black, gold, and orange. And then on top of that, I did some foam tape layering with the die cut, and the sentiment says "Trick or Treat." And then I just add a little bit more hot glue here and there, and then I sprinkled on some tiny leaf shaped glitter, just to dress that up a little bit. I just love these. And then of course the crepe paper streamers at the bottom with more leaf-shaped sequins on them. And this one, I left the dowel sort of just the wood color on that. I thought that came out really cute too. I'm really pleased with these. They were so fun to put together and they didn't really take too long. And there's the back side on there. And those are the wands that I made. Okay. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll be back again soon with some more project shares. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye for now.